Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw, and this is Flosstube number 68. It is February 15th, 2022, and it has been a while since I filmed. I wanted to film last week. I just got busy. It didn't happen. I couldn't find the time or the quiet where nobody was here coming in and out. So it was delayed, but I was still stitching, so I have all that to show you. So let's see, we have had Valentine's Day. That was yesterday. Me and my husband really don't do a lot for Valentine's Day. Our anniversary is in March. We generally combine both of them. I don't like to go out to eat on a really busy night. Like we'll do something kind of fancier, but we'll do it in a couple weeks where the restaurants aren't packed and we can easily get into like a melting pot or something like that and go have a nice dinner. That never bothers me. Last night we had to run to Lowe's to go pick up some more drywall for my son. He's in the process of building his house, and my husband has been working at the farm, so he's kind of helped overseeing like all the workers being there and that kind of stuff. And they ran out of blue board for the bathroom. They're doing drywall this week. So we had to run to Lowe's and go get more. And we had the trailer with us. And so he was like, well, where do you want to go eat? And we were going to go eat at one of our favorite Mexican restaurants that's over near Lowe's. And we pulled up in the parking lot and it was packed. And I remembered that in previous years, they have like entertainment and they have vendors that you can buy roses from and everything. And I was like, I'm good. We don't need to go in here. This is packed. We can't even park in the parking lot because we have a trailer. The parking lot's full. So I was like, it's fine. And he had suggested Waffle House. And I was like, okay, fine. Just go to Waffle House. So we pull up to Waffle House and we're getting out. And I noticed that there's some like people messing by the door. They are putting candles out down the pathway to Waffle House. And there's rose petals. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, do you guys have a reservation? Because tonight we're reservation only until 9 p.m. And by the time we did our errand and stuff, it was like 8:30. I mean, we could have just waited, but at that point we were tired, or it was like 8:15. And we were like, no, we'll just go across the street to the pizza place. But I have never in my life heard of a Valentine's dinner at Waffle House. Apparently I looked it up, and a couple of the Waffle Houses in our area were doing it. Apparently, they had like sheets draped and stuff to make like the booths romantic, I guess, at Waffle House. And they had roses and candles on the table. And supposedly they were going to play soothing music. I don't know what the music was going to be. There was no change of menu. I'm not sure whether I find that it's like a brilliant Valentine's Day dinner, or like if you had a date taking you there, like maybe that would be the key that would end the relationship. I don't know. But anyhow, we found it hysterical. But we went over to the pizza place and ate. Our youngest was with us because he went to go help my husband with the drywall and stuff. So yeah, Waffle House for Valentine's Day. I was like, okay. I mean, it was cute how they had it inside and everything. They put a lot of effort into it, but I've never heard that in my life. So if you guys don't have Waffle House in your area, it's like a Huddle House. And then what's the other one? There's another one if you go out west. Maybe Huddle House is out west. I don't know. But it's just like a little, it's not even a diner. It's like waffles, eggs, and bacon. They do have some dinner foods, like a little bit of dinner foods and stuff. But it's not fancy at all. This Waffle House that we went to was one that we went to when we got snow and ice this last time. And like literally we walked in the door and we knew practically the whole Waffle House because that's where everybody went. Like everything else was shut down because the roads weren't great in our area, but the Waffle House is open. So like we walked in and we like, knew half the waffle. It was like walking into the club in your 20s. But in your late 40s, it was the Waffle House for dinner. So weird. I'm embarrassed even saying that. Okay, let's just move on, shall we? All right, so I do have my winners of my giveaway. I had 3 giveaways. one has gone away. It has sprouted legs. I don't know where it has gone. When I find it, I will do it again in another giveaway. I have looked everywhere. I don't know where it went. The only thing I can think of is that it got mixed in with paperwork and somehow it went to my office. In which case, until I go through that paperwork, I'm not going to find it. So we're just going to eliminate the first one, which was the April snapshot. I will, when I find it, I will do it again, but I don't want to draw a winner just in case I can't find it. When I find it, I'll bring it back. All right, so my other winners are, and please forgive me, I am going to kill your name, so I'm going to spell it, but I'm going to try to say it just for fun, because why not? Okay, so the first one was Animal Cracker Monroe from Stacy Nash, and this is Lisa Cinchetti, Cicchetti. And Lisa, I probably killed your name, and I'm so sorry, but you won a chart, so I'm sorry. Get a hold of me through my email or Instagram Messenger. Either one, I will put them down at the bottom. My email is madebymichellemcgraw@gmail.com. And I had a winner from last time that I was supposed to mail out. It's an international one, and I have not gotten to the post office. I have not forgotten you. I will send it out. I'm so sorry. I'm normally better at that, but I've just been so busy and I haven't gotten to the post office. So I will get that. If they could only let me print international shipping from home, from like my work computer or something, I would totally do it and it would be no delay. But for some reason, they won't let you do a letter internationally. You have to go in. So, or I could do it and it's like $20 versus when I go in, it's like $3. So I'm going to go to the 3. Okay, next one, Scarlet. And this is from Animal Crackers. And this one is Jody Forstein. Forsten, and I probably killed your name as well, but congratulations, Jody. Okay, that was fun. What other kind of things can I murder people's names or the names of things, mispronounce them? That's always fun. Okay, so I have 3 fully finishes that I'm going to show you. I have not been fully finishing. I watched Java Girl Stitches, and she had said how she took a break from fully finishing for a little bit. She just needed a break. And I can totally relate to that. I just needed a break. And so I did 3 things, but I normally do more than that. So I hope to get back to fully finishing, and I will show you, I have a lot to fully finish. I have some stuff of my sister's, which I'm going to show you guys as well to fully finish and tell you all about that. So let me show you my fully finishes. So I'm going to show them as a pair and then I'll show them individually. I am super pleased with these. These are my bride and groom stand-ups. So these are from Needle Love. It is an old book. I got this book either on Stash Unload or off of Etsy. You have to kind of be patient. They do pop up. It is rare, but they do pop up. So just keep your eye out. Which was wedding themed. So they had a bride and groom and they showed them as a stand-up. And I was like, I need to do the bride and groom. I did the bride and groom because, one, I think it's the ultimate Valentine's Day love symbol. But also, our wedding anniversary is in March. So some of these things I'm going to leave up on one shelf for our wedding until our wedding anniversary. So I will start with the bride. Now this time I finished a little differently. I did just kind of go around, which it's not like I didn't do an arc. I kind of did, if you can kind of see this one. But with the bride, I kind of followed a little, she kind of jets out here. So that's kind of why she has a little bit of a weird shape, but I like her. I'm trying to decide whether I like her better with like margins, or would I have liked her better coming in and sewing closer to her like I did for the Thanksgiving friends. I don't know. I can't decide. She's quite big. I think sewing closer to her would have made her smaller, but I don't know that it matters. I like her this way. So let me show you up close. She does have some beading, and then she does have a little cry neck. I'm not sure if it's showing up there, that kind of edges her out. I stitched her on 14 count white opalescent. It called for 7 count fabric. The only 7 count fabric I had was cream or a tan, and I didn't want that. I wanted white. So what I did was I used 14 count and I stitched over 2 as if you would stitch like on an even weave, and that gives you a 7 count. So she's exactly how it is charted, the size wise. She is stitched with all 6 strands. That is how it's charted, to use all 6 strands. And she's a fun stitch. So I finished her into the stand-up. I learned how to do a stand-up from Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. Her tutorials are phenomenal. And I by no means am an expert. I improve every time I try a stand-up. I improve every time I try a finish. But at least I started. The hardest part is getting this bottom piece and measuring it. And Vanna does a great tutorial that does some math, and I don't do math, so I kind of just wing it. And then I trim it down and trim it down. And then you stitch it in. So I use this fabric for the backing, which is just some pinkish fabric that I had. It kind of has hearts on it, but kind of not. And then I did put my label, and the bottom fabric is the same. So let me show you the groom. So he doesn't jet out as much. He's a little taller, which I like. And he is fancy. I just like him. I finished with the same backing material. Now, I did something a little different with these than I did with my other stand-ups. I filled them with polyfill. I have used lizard litter in the past, and you still have to put a little polyfill to get all the edges stuffed really good. I wanted to do one with just polyfill. Since they're so big, I felt like the lizard litter would be super heavy. Now, I did weight mine down. What did I use? This time I used coins in a plastic bag. It's the only thing I had, and I figured, well, I have a couple dollars invested in this. There you go. So if I guess I ever get hard up for money, I can rip my stand-up apart and get some change out. But it does give it a little bit of weight for it, because I don't want him to tip over. Both of them are weighed a little bit. I did put the money in a plastic bag so that it would not rub on the fabric or anything like that. It is surrounded by polyfill, but just to make sure. So that is the groom. So those are my 2 stand-ups. I adore stand-ups, and I really want to do a stand-up for every single season. I just love them. So those will stay out through March 8th, which is our anniversary. I have a little shelf. I'm going to fix it a little later today and kind of adapt some of my shelves. I'm not quite ready for spring, but it's supposed to be 70 by the end of the week. So probably by March, I will put out spring. So I'm probably going to take down a little bit of my Valentine's Day. Anyone that is just like a heart or something like that can stay up for my, I'll call it the wedding shelf. And I'm going to put up St. Patty's Day today. I have my other St. Patty's Day finish to fully finish that I have not done yet. I will have, that's high on my list to get done. But I did have one more finish, and this one is going on the wedding shelf as well. And I'll show it to you, and then I will read it. It is, marriage lets you annoy one special person every day for the rest of your life. I do have our initials, and I do not have a date on here. Yeah, because I didn't know if I wanted to put our wedding date or this year, so I think I just left it off. But it does have our initials. And that is a big toe design. It is charted using different colors. I just picked a color that I liked that went with the fabric, and I used it. And I said last time what I used. I did put a little bit of rickrack on the sides, and I finished it back with this toll fabric that I had. I just liked it, and it was really hard for me to pick fabric that matched this, because while I think this is shale from Picture This Plus, it's like a purpley gray. I don't have tons of purple fabric, but I really liked that. I kind of felt like it was simple. I don't know. So, and use some of my fabric. I think I actually got that fabric at a consignment store. So it was fun to be able to use something like that and, you know, use it up. All right, so I have lots of finishes that are not fully finished. So let me kind of grab out my cards. Okay, making sure I brought something over. That one, that one, that one. That's a wheel. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is, let me put my board down here. Let's see. This is a Prairie Moon chart, and it's called Surrender Peter. So Prairie Moon went out of publishing a while ago, although they have some charts on their website now as PDF downloads. I picked this one up from Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas. I don't remember whether it was 2 years ago or 3 or 5 years ago, because I go every 3 years to Vegas to a big Con Expo show out there, and I always make a trip to Stitcher's Paradise. But they had a back room, and I kind of went through their patterns and was chatting with the ladies, and I found this one, and I really thought it was cute. Just a funny spring one. Generally, when I'm in the store, much like the big toe design of The Marriage Lets You Annoy That One Special Person, if it makes me giggle, I generally put it in my cart. And I'm like, oh yeah, that made me giggle. I'm going to get that one. So this just made me giggle. And here is my finish on it. Oh, I ironed, but apparently I didn't iron well. This one is stitched on 16 count Country French Cafe Mocha. I used the called for, except I didn't have green pasture. So I used General Arts Shamrock, which is the green path. I just subbed colors that were very, very similar if I didn't have them. So like I didn't have Summer Shower. I just used Color and Cotton Dusty Blue. I didn't have Hollyberry. I used General Arts Cherry Wine. Very simple. So I just think he's a cute little one. Peter is stealing the carrots, and the farmer's coming after him. And then he has his little buddy back here that's stealing the carrot too with his cape. And I just thought it was super cute. Funny little one to do for spring, something different. When I choose mine, and I'm going to show you, if I have enough time today, I'll show you my spring basket that I'm picking from. And the biggest thing is I don't want to stitch 22 rabbits for the spring. I want to stitch a variety of different things. So when I find something that's different, or I go through my basket and I'm like, oh, this is hitting me today, this is different, then that's what I want to stitch. So that's kind of like, or maybe I really like the pattern, but I've already done a rabbit. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep this in my basket for now and not choose that right away. I may get to it this year. I may get to it next year. I don't know. But that's kind of how I pick patterns, if that makes sense. I don't know. I did want to show you this one as well. This is not cross stitching. This is part of my wedding shelf that I got. Now mine has a little flaw right here, and I think I'm going to take some white pen and color in the letters so it looks better, but it just says Clinton Michelle. I got this from 31. My girlfriend was having a party and I needed to place an order, and you could personalize the little plaques. They're supposed to be spring plaques. I got this for my wedding shelf. So it was super cute to put our names on, and I could put it up on our shelf. I think it's an 8x8 plaque, and I thought that was perfect. And it was just about the money that I wanted to spend on something like that. I didn't want to spend big money. Sorry, I'm battling the sun. It's, as you can see, it's streaming in and it's kind of annoying. All right, my next fully finish is one, it's actually one that I had in my giveaway, which is Stacey Nash's Scarlet. And I bought mine as a kit. The other one that I'm giving away is not, that people won, is not a kit. Mine was a kit. So I have to keep this until I fully finish it. I am not stitching the little motif down here. And she also has a needle in her hand. I'm not going to do that because I have animals and I don't want needles to get lost in my house and a needle end up in somebody's paw. So she is going to be just finished as a stand-up. I do have other dog finishes that I've done. And so when I don't have anything for the season, those dog finishes are ones that I can pull out and put on my shelf to kind of fill in any gaps. Or if I could use it now. If I'm not quite ready for spring, I could put the dog stuff out until I'm ready for spring. So that's kind of why I stitch some off-season stuff, so to speak. So this is Scarlet, and I stitched her on kit fabric. Now I cut my kit fabric down because they gave me enough to do the little side piece too. Like there's a whole other strip of this. I didn't need to use it all, so I just cut it down. But she is finally finished. She has so much shading in her face. She is super pretty. And this was a start from 2020. So I really wanted to finish her, and I think I finished her in 2 days once I started her back. I did change the parchment to antique lace. So I think all the white was supposed to be parchment, and it was too blending for me, so I changed it. It just blended into the fabric, and I wanted those white parts to pop a little more. So I'm going to be finishing her into a stand-up. I'm going to finish her into, I don't know what you would call it, not a stand-up, because she's not going to be three-dimensional, but I am going to stitch around her and finish her that way. I think that's the way most people finish her. I don't know. I might change my mind, but I'm happy to have her stitched. And I showed some Stacy Nash ones, some other animal crackers last time that I had. And I actually want to do, I called it a snail. It's a slug. I did know that was a slug. I called it a snail. I think that would be super cute for the summertime for a slug. I don't know, just kind of silly, but I do. All right, the next one that I'm going to show you is, I'm using Called For DMC. I do not know the name of this fabric. It is 14 count, picture this plus. It's a mystery one. It may be Da Vinci, but I'm not 100% sure. This is, it's called the Greenhouse Gnome Place Like Home, okay? So there was like the first skeleton in the first block. Then you have the second block. Then you have the third block. Okay, so that's cute. It was supposed to have this domed roof on it, but I wanted to make mine into a banner. So what I realized is the add-on piece for this set is the same width as all the other ones. So I put this on top, the little mushroom house, to make it a little taller so that I can do it as a banner and do it as a hanging banner to fill in my spot on the side of the cabinet that I do for spring. So let me get this positioned right because this is a little long, and I have extra fabric here. I'm gonna have to cut that off, but I didn't want to cut it off too much until I actually fully finish it. So here is my finish, and I will come in closer. So this is the gnome house, and this was kind of satisfies that cut through house design that I like. I really wanted to do one. I thought this would be super cute for the spring to do it as a hanging banner. Let me go in close. So that is the mushroom house. Now I did change the colors on this top part just to use the colors that were in the remainder part of the pattern. They had introduced a couple of new colors and I didn't want to use them. I just used what was in the rest of the pattern. So he is watering his plants, and those are little bunnies, and he has a little pet turtle down there. And let me move over a little bit. There's some bees. There's some plants with some bees in there, and he's sitting in the plants. You can see the little gnome in there. And then you have them sitting, which I think is at a kitchen, and he's there with his bunny, or she's there with her bunny, and a little maybe mouse down here. And then the bottom, that's the entryway, and they are watching TV with the bunnies, and somebody is bringing a hot pie over to them. So this was a fun one to do. I can't wait to finish it as a banner. I'm trying to get out of the glare. I'm so sorry. It was fun to do. I really liked the peekaboo design. Each room was like a little finish for me, and I really enjoyed it. And I liked the Da Vinci fabric color because it was so springish. I didn't have to worry about any of the colors blending in because there was no purple in the pattern. All right, I am looking for a whip because this is going to be a finish, plus I'm going to show you another whip that I'm working on all in one. So part of my thing this year is to stitch more of my Prairie Schoolers. I have Prairie Schoolers. I need to stitch them. I have a lot of their patterns. I have most of their patterns, and I need to stitch them. So this one is Rabbit Faux from Prairie Schooler. And I stitched, let's see, this little girl right there. Now I want to stitch all of the rabbits. My idea was to stitch all of the rabbits, none of the borders, and make them into small stand-ups and just have them sitting on a shelf. I don't know if I'm going to stitch them into small stand-ups. We'll see. We'll see when I get one of the bigger ones done. So the first one that I did, like I said, was Little Girl with her watering can. And let's see, where's my card for this? This is stitched on 28 count Prairie Dust Lugana from Color and Cotton. Sorry, let me move that where you can see it. And I used everything called for except 640. So 640 was actually the rabbit color, and my 640 is a green color. I did not want a green rabbit. So I changed this to 3790, and that just changed the color of the rabbit. So I stitched her, I got her done. I wanted to move on and stitch a little something different, but I did start the little boy in the overalls. So I have a little start on him. I'll be using the same fabric. So he's a whip. Like I said, I'm gonna have to see once I get the bigger ones done if I'm gonna do them in stand-ups. I don't know, like she's kind of small, but she might be like a cute little stand-up. So, or I might pull my hair out trying to make her into a stand-up and then say never again. That could happen too. I don't know. All right. One of my other whips is Scattered Seed Samplers Spring Gathering. So this is what I call the pink rabbit. There is another one that has like a teal color that I did last year. They're very similar. He has a pipe in his mouth. I made his a bubble pipe. And she's kind of the companion piece to him. And so I wanted to stitch her. I still had the whole bag with all the colors because I had pulled the colors. And so I am stitching her. I have to finish her legs, put the white on her belly. She has, and her tail on. She has another little Quaker motif here, and then finish her basket and her eggs. So not too much more to go on her. She is on 14 count Picture This Plus, but I don't remember the fabric name. It's the same fabric that I used for the other one. I had just cut 2 pieces and put it in the bag, and I apparently didn't write it down. So sorry about that, but there's a whip that I'm working on. Okay. Let me show this one. I have been working on my son's stocking. Now, the last 2 weeks, I have been super busy at work, and I haven't gotten as much stitching time at work. This is my work project that I plan on working all year long on, or however long it takes me. I would love to do all of the stockings. I've got strings, so sorry. Well, okay. So this is, let me show the pattern first. This is Baby Yoda stocking pattern with the Grinch holding him. And this is my progress so far. So I have the Grinch's hand, and then I have to move my hoop. I didn't move it Friday when I finished this next part, or this part I was over here finishing. This is the top of Baby Yoda's stocking cap, and so I'm going to be coming down. So that is my progress so far. I'm not stitching the blue since I used a fabric flare, trying to think what it's called, fabric flare fabric. I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm wondering if I didn't center this correctly. I may end up being close. I should be okay though. I should have moved it over. I didn't realize that. That might be a problem I need to look at, because I should have been over here because the stocking goes that way and I'm over here. So I'm going to have to count it out, but I have 3 inches, I think. So I might be okay. I'm going to have to count that out. That's not going to be fun. I'm going to be very, very upset if I did it wrong. And that's the only fabric that I have for like that. I don't have anything else like that. So, all right. Well, that's a fun little thing I'll figure out later. Fun times. I might be all right. I might be all right though. Okay, my next whip is a travel one that I take with me. And this is Welcome to the Forest. And this is Country Cottage Needleworks. Welcome to the Forest. And they're cute little spring designs. Now, I have changed mine to where I am using Picture This Plus 14 count sterling. So because of that, white doesn't show up on it excellent. So I'm changing the border to another color in the pattern. Let me get this on there correctly. See, I'm all discombobulated about that stocking now. But I'm just using the pink for the border in this one, which was part of the pattern. I don't have tons done because I do this when we go to one of these places for dinner that we go to, and generally it takes a little bit of time for the food to get there. So I'll stitch, but I don't get tons of time on it. So it's fine. Okay. Oh, I want to put that card back in that bag because I take it with me. I do make any notes in case I change stuff on it. I can easily write it down on my card. All right, this next one is, I have to look because I don't, oh, I know what this is. Okay, once again, this is one of my Prairie Schoolers, and this is Johnny Appleseed. So as you can see, he is a vertical pattern. I am doing him long way, horizontally. I also updated the colors. These colors are a little dated. This is book 9 for Prairie Schooler. So they're a little dated, although I like them still. I did update it a little bit. Now, with that said, I'm not 100% sure that all my colors are going to work yet. So until I get a little bit more into it, I won't know. I am stitching this on 25 count. It's a Lugana. I think it's just like a light blue Lugana. And as you can see, I have one tree in and I'm starting on the house and a little bit of the border. The house I'm changing to red brick. And the apples are actually in a different color red. Because I want, since it's Johnny Appleseed, I want that color, the apples to really pop. And I don't know that they're really showing up great on camera. But they do pop a little more in person. Maybe I can go closer. There you go. So I'm still working on it. I've just begun it. This will kind of be a in-between project to work on. But if I never start it, I can't get a finish, and so I started it. I was a little all over the place, which is not like me, but, or it hasn't been like me, but I don't know why. I kind of was all over the place with stuff. Like I went and finished Scarlet, but I had been wanting to finish her. So, okay, this next one is another Prairie Schooler. Once again, as I said, I'm digging into my Prairie Schoolers. And it is Nursery Rhymes 2. Now, you'll say, well, why are you doing a nursery rhyme? Because my kids are older. I am doing Little Bo Peep Has Lost Her Sheep. I'm going to leave the words off, but without the words, isn't it just a cute little spring pattern? I think so. So I am stitching it on 16 count Picture This Plus vellum using the called for floss. I don't have much. I've started on the tree and the top of her hat. It's a bigger pattern. I've kind of used it to fill in here and there again, but at least I've started it. And I'm using these Prairie Schoolers that I'm hoarding all the time because I literally am hoarding them. I am. Prairie Schoolers are not ones that I give away because so many little pieces of them can be used over and over again. I always keep my Prairie Schoolers. And Prairie Schooler, if I have to say, do I have a favorite designer? Yes, Prairie Schooler. I feel like they're classic. You can simply update the colors or you can use the called for. They're still beautiful. Either way. And I feel like you can use so many bits and pieces of them in so many different ways. I really, really love Prairie Schoolers. Prairie Schoolers are some of the first ones that I started stitching when I started stitching. So to me, it's comfort stitching. So I really love to stitch those. I forgot to do my giveaway. If you would like to stitch the Gnome house, I have all 3 parts plus, the bonus chart. So you would get 4 charts all together. You're going to use the number 1. That's all you're going to do. Number 1. The number. Don't type 1. The number. Put number 1 there. If you would like to stitch this, I would like to give it to somebody who will stitch it, love it, and enjoy it. You can do it however you like to do. If you want to do it just as the 3, if you want to do it and add the bonus, however you want to do it, it would be yours. Some of them have the snaps in them. I did not add the snaps. I'm not a super fan of snaps, so I didn't do it, but I did use the buttons that came with it. The snaps will be in there if you want to use them, but I think there's one set of snaps that I lost. They were on my table. I'm pretty sure there was a dog incident. I don't know. You don't want those snaps, let's just say. But if you want the chart, put number 1. I'm going to give that chart away. Okay. My last and final whip is a whip that I am doing for my son. I've started this in 2020, so I really need to finish it because it's not that darn big, and I don't know why I'm lollygagging around, but I am. And this is for, I have a needle somewhere, so I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Where on earth did I put that? Oh, there it is. Okay. I know better. See, this is why I use needle minders, and when I don't put one on my fabric, this is what I do. I just shove the needle anywhere. I'm trying to get it out of the hoop because it's not going to look like anything if I don't take it out of the hoop. You're going to be like, oh, that's fantastic. Looks like nothing because it doesn't look like anything. Seriously. A more professional floss tuber would have been prepared. Okay, this is Hold the Door from Country Magic Stitch. And this is Hodor. And if anybody is a Game of Thrones fans, you know. But I am stitching this for him as a house gift that he can put on the back of one of his doors. So, this is my progress so far. And I just need to finish it. I just need to finish it. Like it comes down to here and I need to finish it and be done. And I haven't. So I'm working on him kind of in between, and I really just need to finish it and get it done with. And I'm on a deadline because I think within the month his house will be ready. So I need to get going. That needs to go on the front burner and get done. Okay, so I did want to mention some Flosstubers that I've been watching. I watch all the time Mama Loves You GB, Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I also watched Cynthia Brew, Stitching in the Light. She had a really nice question and answer session that she did stitching with her this week. Well, she might have done it last week, but I watch them when I have time. So sometimes I'm watching them a week behind, maybe even 2 weeks behind, but you know, whenever I can. That was fun. I mentioned Java Girl. I always watch her when she pops up. Melly Ellie Stitches. That was a new one to me. I had never watched her before, and she was real fun. Had a lot of cute things. The Virginia Stitcher. I really enjoy her. She shows some samplers. She shows, I think, some Mirabilia, and a lot of her stuff is stitched on Ada. So if you are an Ada stitcher, which you guys know I'm an Ada stitcher, I will stitch on anything. Scarlet is stitched on linen. A couple of them were Lugana. I'll stitch on anything. I would say I have the most stash of Ada, so I try to use it. I have a huge stash of Picture This Plus material, like huge. So I try to use that, and I really like it because it's soft Ada. I'm not a fan of stiff Ada, but I will use it if I have it and it's the perfect color. I very, very, very rarely, like maybe once every 2 years, have a project that I actually buy fabric for. Like I will say, oh, I want to stitch this. I'm going to buy some fabric to stitch this. 95% of the time, or I would say 99.7% of the time, I have something in stash that will work. It may not be the called for. I didn't even know called for fabric was a thing until a couple years ago, because I just didn't read that part of the chart. Like I just stitched on what I wanted, and I did that as a kid, and I did that into my adults, and then I figured out there was a called for fabric, and I'm like, yeah, I don't read that. Sometimes I do, but not a lot. So I try to use a lot of my fabric, but there's a lot of Ada stitchers, especially older stitchers that have trouble seeing the holes in linen. Newer stitchers love Ada. I love Ada, and I've been stitching since I was 7. I love Ada. I'm a huge Ada fan. And so I like to see different things stitched on Ada. So it's really nice to see these really fancy samplers that the Virginia Stitcher does, and these Mirabilias, but they're stitched on Ada. So I really like her stuff. She has some beautiful, beautiful projects going. I can't read my writing. Mama Bear Stitchery. If you have not checked her out, she is really, really good. She only does an update once a month, but she is an amazing stitcher. She has several full coverage, a lot of full coverage projects. And she does amazing progress on them. And I just really enjoy seeing her progress. She's done really good this year and last year about stitching certain projects and making sure she hits those all the time. She does, I think she does Whipco. I think she does like no new starts. And it really motivates her to stitch what she's already started. And she has beautiful stuff. The other one that I've watched is Lovin' Stitchin'. And I will link all these ladies down below. I think yes, everybody's a lady. No males on that list this time. But I will link them all down below if you'd like to go give them a look. Lovin' Stitchin' has a lot of stuff that I stitch, and so it's nice to see like her stitching them. I also like to see, she has shown some older stuff that she stitched, and it's just it's really pretty. I love seeing that kind of stuff. So anyhow, I enjoy her a lot too. All right, I'm going to show you some finishes that these are not mine. These are my sister's. So my sister's birthday was February 1st. She's older, way older than me. I just put that in there for her, just so you know. So my sister's name is Sharon, and she stitches like crazy too. She has a huge, when I say pile, it is like this at her house, of fabric that is done, that is stitching that is done. it is going to take me forever to fully finish this. I have told her if she comes over, I will do the sewing part. She can help me do the stuffing and the hand sewing because that takes the longest. But for her birthday, I said I would finish 5 finishes and she doesn't have to help me do them. 5 finishes of her choice. Just give them to me and I will fully finish them. She could give me the fabric, the backing fabric, or I will pick backing fabric. So I will show the backing fabric if she's included it that she wants to use. If she didn't, I don't know all the details of these patterns, but I can get them for you. So if anybody wants this information, let me know, I can get it. So the first one, these are Halloween. She is a huge Halloween fan. Some of these are Halloween. And so the first one, it is stitched on a fabric flare because it's printed material. Hold on. This looks like, I think it's like an 18 count Ada is what it looks like. And he is super cute. And the backing fabric that she sent is this rose fabric. Now, she also wants me to fully finish this guy. Is his name Igor? Let me put him on the board by himself. I ironed these before I showed them because they were a little wrinkly, so I wanted to show them. They're so pretty. Is it Igor? I'm not sure. I believe this is a witchy stitcher pattern. I could be wrong, but I think it is. And she used the same fabric, and she wants to use the same backing fabric for him too. Isn't he's crazy. I love the detail. This one is the same fabric, but it's a linen. So you have, let me see if I can show them together and you can see a little bit of difference in the coloring of them. So this one is Ada, this one is a linen. They're both fabric flare. They're both a printed fabric, but one is on linen and one is on Ada. And I think they're both very pretty either way. Either way. I don't know that I would have done him on linen because he's almost full coverage when you get in the design. I think I just would have cheated and used something easy and used Ada. But she did it on linen. It's beautiful. All right. The next one is Wolfman. Now, I know he is a pattern. I think he's on Etsy. I don't know the name of him, though. And that's just the Wolfman face. This is Picture This Plus. I don't know the name of the fabric on that one. And she has included this fabric for backing, kind of a woodsy with a moon in there. So I will be finishing. These are pillows. I told her she had to pick 5 that were pillows. Since I'm still working on my flat fold finish, I don't feel like I can finish for her on a flat fold as good as a pillow. So I said, let's just stick with pillows. I'll do 5 pillows for you. Okay, let me make sure I think this is the way it goes. This is Swamp Thing. It's the same pattern the lady had as the Wolfman face. He is really cool, but he is full coverage in there and a lot of confetti stitching. Trying to show him in different light. This fabric is a Picture This Plus fabric. I don't know the name of it, but it is a Picture This Plus. This is an Ada that she's used. Very pretty. He's really cool. And she included this kind of underwater swampy material. I thought that was a very good match for him. And then the last one is one, I know this is an Etsy pattern. It is for, oh my God, it is for St. Patty's Day. So sorry. And that'll make a really cute pattern. Or a really cute pillow with kind of how the rainbow kind of fades at the end. It's really pretty. And it's like watercolory in the rainbow part. It's very, very pretty. This one was stitched on, let me see. This is either 20 or 22 count Ada, white Ada. So those are ones that I'm going to fully finish for her. as part of her birthday gift. So, okay, let's do some of my stash that has come in. I don't have tons, and most of these are like things that have come in. I do have one that I want to show everybody, and you will see these coming up as giveaways. I'll do that one at the end. Okay, so okay. I'm going to be doing 2 of those. I have 2 of those that are going to be giveaways, and I'll show those in just a little bit. All right, so this one is Christmas Morning at Santa's Kitchen, and I had to buy that from Twin Peaks Primitives. Now, I have no intention of stitching this right away, but I'm going to start stitching Christmas in July like I did last year, and I just love this one. I think it's very, very pretty. This is 208 by 136, so it is a bigger one, so I'll probably be stitching it on a 20 count to make it a little smaller. Now, I've been kind of obsessed with these magazines, and there's several on Stash Unload that they're like 50 cents, 75 cents. So if there's an element to them that I really like, I will get them. But here is a sleigh. I just thought that was pretty. They're like next to nothing. The charts are all here. Obviously, I'm not going to show you. They're just pulled out of a magazine, and their sellers are selling them individually rather than the whole magazine, which is perfect because most of what was in the magazine I wouldn't stitch. This is an Indian Brave, and I think this is a beautiful pattern. That's beautiful. There is a female, and I think I have it in here as well. So I think that's a beautiful Native American pattern. There's a stocking. I'm not sure if I'll do that stocking, but it was like 50 cents. So I was like, I'm going to put it in my stocking collection in case somebody wants it. I think that goes with the stocking. Let me put that with that. Here's another stocking that came. Great way for me to get these little stockings and not buying like a big pattern for it because I'm not sure if I'll use it. And then I really liked this Santa one. What is the name of this? A Visit from Santa. But I liked the Santa as a stand-up. They just pulled it out of the pattern, and I really liked that. So I don't know that I would do the whole pattern, although it's cute. I do like the Santa as a stand-up. And then you had this manger one that I thought was pretty. Like I said, I wouldn't want the whole magazine, but okay. Oh, here's the other one. This is the Indian Maiden is what it's called. So you have the female and male Native American, and I think they would be beautiful done, stitched as stand-ups. I think they're beautiful. So I liked those too. Okay, this was a cute little primitive Santa, but I really like the Santa face as like, can you see him as an ornament? I just think he would be so cute. I would probably stitch him on really small fabric. Let's see. This one was the Statue of Liberty, and I liked it to do it as a stand-up. See, can you see where I'm obsessed with stand-ups now? Stand-ups for everyone. Here is a Santa's 2000 Santa Collectors Afghan series. Let me see if it has all the patterns. Okay, there's just one pattern. So let's see. It is, no. Okay, so the pattern that it shows is not the, yes it is. Okay, so it's a little hard to see. The one that I got is this one with the animals. So this one in here. For 50 cents. I think that's a Stony Creek one. Okay, I also got the next one, the Chinese Tea Room in Country Cottage Needleworks, the Nutcracker Village. I'm getting this as an auto ship, so that came. This one I bought on Stash Unload, as well as this one. And they're just a Cricut collection, and I thought the Santa was really cute in his little boat. I liked him. And then you have this one that has the deer pulling the Santa sleigh, but it also has, like, I'll just show it. I just thought they were cute. So I bought that one. The next one in the Little House Needleworks Fall on the Farm. That one came. I'm also in the auto ship, but I'm only getting the pattern. I'm trying to debate whether I want to do these as a whole piece because they're literally like almost my favorite series they've ever done. I don't know. Or do I do them all together? And then if I do them all together, do I just do them as a bigger piece and frame them? Or do I do them like on a small count fabric so that it would be tiny framed? I don't know. Vanna Pfeiffer has a beautiful border that if I do them all together, I'm going to use her border. It's beautiful. And she does it for free, and she just asked that you give her credit. This was another one I got on Stash Unload, and it's Noah and Friends. Like I said, I really liked certain elements in there. Like, I really liked the banner that they did. I don't know. It's a Mill Hill. I thought it was really pretty. This was a pre-order from somewhere, and I don't remember where, in Etsy. This is Oh Lucky Day from Brenda Gervais. Now, I have moved on from St. Patty's Day stitching, so this will go in for next year. And I'm not that crazy about these two, but I love this one. That one is definitely on the list to do next year. And then this one is Gifts Are Coming from Thistles. And I liked it because it had the moose on it, and my son has a dog named Moose, and I just thought that was cute. I could even do just the moose as an ornament. So this is Plum Street Samplers Flirting. Thought it was pretty, thought it was cute. And this one, I don't remember where I got it from. Big Toe, My Cup Overflows with Blessings. I would change the colors on there, but very pretty. And this one is one that I found. I lucked out and found it. It is a series. I'm going to show you the back part, and then I'll show you the individual. So once again, you can build the house, and it's from the Cricut collection. So you have the different parts of the house, of the Christmas house. I loved that. Loved that. Found that on Stash Unload. Grabbed that up. My kit came from Acorns and Threads, I believe. Yes, Acorns and Threads. And this was an exclusive chart with Acorns and Threads through Heartstring Samplery. And it is Winter Comes. Now, I really like the black version, and I also liked this version as well. Either way, you could do it. I got it with this color fabric because if I did it on black, I would do black Ada, and I don't know what size Ada I would use. Maybe 18 count? I don't know. I haven't decided, but it's a beautiful chart. Okay, my next one was a score that I got on eBay, and it is Country Fair 2, which from Prairie Schooler I did not have. I snatched it up. Now I need Country Fair 1. I don't have Country Fair 1. Yeah, so I need to find that one. This is part of a auto ship that is 12 Days of Christmas stocking ornaments from Annie B's Folk Art, Crazy Annie Stitching. And this is like an auto ship. So I got 1 and 2. I also from her get the Home Sweet Home from By the Bay Needle Art. And here's the whole set down here. And each month we get another one. I am not going to do these as a whole set. I'm going to do these individually. I'm hoping to do these for summer stitching. We'll see. We'll see if I get there. Okay. The next two that I'm going to show are ones I showed my snowman stand-up a couple weeks ago. And Judy from BW Designs reached out and contacted me, and she said she loved my stand-up. She said that a lot of people had been buying the pattern, and she said, I think somebody mentioned to her that I had done a stand-up, and she's like, now I know why they're flying off the shelves. So as a thank you gift, she wanted to send me some patterns. Now, some of these I don't have, and I'm going to keep them and stitch them. I'll pass them on to you when I'm done or when I get done with them. But some of them I have, and I'm going to pass them on to you as giveaways to come up with. Okay, so she sent me the Christmas Ornaments limited edition book, which I had wanted. So I love these ornaments, and so thank you so much, Judy. That was on one of them on my wish list, so I can't wait to stitch some of those. Katie Carney did, with Katie Stitching, did some of those at Christmas time for her grandmother's ornaments, and they were so cute. So love that. Thank you. She sent French Country Rooster. Adorable. Kittens in the Round. So cute. I've never seen this one. French Country Bicycle. That's a sweet little summer or even spring one. I think that's adorable. Sing a Song of Christmas. XV, what is that number? 15, I think. So cute. I love that. This one is the Jingle Bells one. And I really like the idea of stitching these as the shapes because I do my son's ornaments, and I'm looking for something. I'm looking to do them an ornament that's a different shape than just my square normal ornament. So I like the stocking idea. This is beautiful. Rose Motif Sampler. This is cute for the summertime. The Pelican. Oh my gosh. Seaside Series 2. Just adorable. Adorable. I really like this green one. The pelican on the green fabric, I think, is great. This is French Country Stork. Now, how sweet is that to do as a little stand-up, and you could do it in any color you wanted, and to put the little baby's name down at the bottom and give that as part of your gift for somebody that has a baby. I think that's brilliant. And these don't take that long. This is 61 by 85 stitches. That is not long. There's an alphabet included. This is a great idea for a baby gift. She's brilliant. Be Merry. So sweet. And Christmas Tree Collection 8, I believe. Roman numerals. I have to think about them. And then French Country Hot Air Balloon. Something just screams summertime or springtime to me with that. It's so cute. So you're going to see some of these as giveaways come up in the future. So I also had a sweet, sweet lady. Hold on. I want to get it right. She sent me a wonderful card. Hold on. Kitty. And she sent some patterns that she had. She was done with them. She's sending them on. And she said, stitch what you want. Give away what you want. She sent me this wonderful book of Heritage Vintage Collection North Pole series. I have some of the Dickinson ones in this book, or in this, whoever makes this book, I don't, trying to find words. They're beautiful. Like, look at the little houses. And I think these would be beautiful to make your own village with. So thank you so much, Kitty. She did show, she did send some, and I will be giving these away once again in future giveaways to share with you. And this is If You Have a Lab, Designs by Lisa. That's adorable. Prairie Schooler Garden Birds. I have it, so I'm going to share it. And this is cardstock. This is the good charts. I'm a little bit of a Prairie Schooler snob on that. I love the cardstock charts, but But some of the ones that I missed out initially, I've had to get the reprints. And I'm like, I pout when they're not cardstock. I still stitch them because I love them. This is Prairie Garden 2. These are really pretty if you did them individually and put them in a dough bowl. How pretty would that be? Winter Tiny Trimmings from Heart and Hand. These are super, super simple and would make great ornaments for you. Kingsland from, oh, this is Stag's Leap from Kingsland. Very cute. And you could even do half the pattern as 2 different finishes. Either way. Prairie Schooler Heads Up. Great Halloween patterns. So, Kitty, once again, thank you so much for sharing those with me and sharing those with people that come and watch. And I'm going to pass those on coming up. So, thank you so much for that. All right. We're going over an hour, but I will try to do some of my spring box that I have. As you're talking to the back of my head right now. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I have a 31 container. Here, I'll just show it to you. Each season, I put my seasonal stitching in here and I pull out and I say, what do I want? What would I want to stitch for spring? And I put it in this bag, this container. And every time I pull from this container to see what I want to stitch next. Now, I am not going to stitch everything in this basket. Obviously, this is years and years of collecting. My sister, my mom, we all stitched. We all bought stitching for each other every birthday, every Christmas. I have a huge stash that not only I bought, but they bought too. So, I pull them, I put them in here, and then I decide if I want to stitch them. So I'm just going to quickly flip through some of the ones that maybe you haven't seen before. This is the Scarlet House Present to Esther Clark. Now, I would leave Esther Clark out, but would that not be really cute to do as a little dog pillow for my dog display? Random, right? Here's some more from Scattered Seeds, Sheltering from the Storm. And then this one is Humble Gatherings, which kind of goes in line with those other rabbit ones that I've done, that I'm working on. So I put those in there. This is To the Easter Party from Thistles. And it's a little bunny with a little chicken pulling him. He's cute. He is Risen from Little House Needleworks. Now, from Lottie Da, and I think I have more in here, I have these little printed bunnies that you do, and then you finish them into a bunny. So I stick those in here. Sometimes there's other random things in here that don't belong in here. They just get thrown in here. See, like this, Noah's Ark Christmas Ark. Why is it in here? It's not Christmas time. Why do I have it in this basket? I'll spare you from seeing those. Okay, so here is Henry O'Hare from Lizzie Kate. He's super cute. Let's see. Here's another one from Scattered Seed Samplers. I love their spring Easter ones. I think they have some of the best ones. I have a hard time with spring stitching. I'm not a huge pastel fan. So if it's overly pastel, I generally don't like it. And I feel like some of the, like you'll see, I don't have huge pastels in here. This is Tra-La-La. I can't say the name of it, but it's just a cute little spring one. This is Teresa Kogert, Tilly the Goat. Now, I think he would be really cute in the spring, but I also think he would be cute for the summer for, one of my themes I'm focusing on this year is farm. And so he would be really cute to do for my farm display. So if he doesn't get stitched this spring, he will probably go in the summer basket. Trying to show you some ones that maybe you haven't seen before. Quaker Easter Egg from Bent Creek. see here. Some of these are so popular, I feel like everybody sees them. So I'm trying to pull out ones that may be a little different. Here's Spring Typography from Pine Mountain. It's really cute. Now, I would probably change the colors a little bit more, but it's really cute. Here is Hip Hop Chalk Full from Hands On Design. I'm not a huge fan of the jar one because it's rabbit heads in a jar. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. Now, if you wanted to just do the rabbit head, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, but I really love the small one, the one that says hip hop. I don't know. That's a weird thing I have. I don't know why. Lizzie Kate Spring Smalls. Here's one, Mrs. Bunny E. Tail from Brenda Gervais, and this is adorable. I would probably do this one before I did the Lottie Doll ones. I've had this one for a while and I'd really like to do it. I think his one ear is stitched too. Yeah, it's really cute. Okay, let's get out some more of these patterns. I'm trying to keep an eye on time because I am running really long, but all right. See, this has nothing to do with Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. Why is it in this bag? I don't know, but it is. Okay, this is Berry Picking from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I always love these little square ones that they have, or rectangle ones they have that are seasonal. They're always a favorite. I think that's a free chart, so, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't have a cover photo, so I won't show it. Now this is really cute. Haberdash Designs, and it says what? And when it has one that says, my bum hurts, and then the bunny is saying what? So like his butt is chewed off and his ears are chewed off. Once again, it made me laugh. So see what happens? This one is out of a magazine. This is Easter Rapid Card, and it's from Doreen Jones. It's very pretty. What else have we got? I'm trying to just show the ones that maybe you haven't seen or they're different. Oh, here's Quaker Rabbit and Quaker Turtle. Now, I'm a huge fan. These are from the Work Basket. I'm a huge fan of the ones from the Work Basket, and I have a couple of them. I would love to get a couple more. It does show a porcupine back here. I think that's a porcupine, but it's not in the chart. Oh, yeah, he is. A hedgehog. Sorry, he's a hedgehog. So in the back, there's a hedgehog too. I just think they're really cute. They're so simple. Very cute. We have Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I will be honest, this is my least favorite Hawk Run Hollow one. And I know it's because it's the colors. I'm more of a fall fan. But I think some of the ones like this one, I'd like to do this block where her hat, the girl's hats are flowing off because it's windy and it's springtime. So of this pattern, this is probably one Hawk Run Hollow that I would do individually. I wouldn't do the whole thing. Let's see here. I have Bunny and Chicks from Prairie Schooler. I also have Garden Birds from Prairie Schooler. Now, here's a pattern that I'm not going to do until the fall. So once again, I don't know why it's in this basket, but it is Little Red Riding Hood, and it is from Little Room in the Attic. She's on Etsy. I think this is one of the most beautiful designs I've come across. Now, it is a more challenging one with backstitching and confetti, but it is beautiful. Got stuck in my hair, sorry. Is that not gorgeous? And she has some Nutcracker ones. I have a couple of her patterns in my cart on Etsy. They're beautiful. I want to do this one for the fall. I just think it's so pretty. Here is Clara O'Hare from Lizzie Kate. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't have too much more on here. And like I said, I'm not showing everything because I feel like everybody kind of shows the same thing, so I'm maybe showing the different ones. This is Stony Creek Stand Up His Love. I think that's a beautiful Easter one. Here's a Lizzie Kate Spring. I love that purple house. Another, okay, somebody's talking to me about me because my nose itches. Another collection from Tralala. Once again, I cannot pronounce the names on them, but they're two really cute chickens. I have Easter Parade from Blackbird in here. And I always have the complete pen pal version from the Frosted Pumpkin because it's all seasonal. So there's at least one seasonal one in here. They're pretty small. I think the Easter one is down here with the girl in her Easter egg ears. And I think there's a birdhouse beside her. This is Easter Hair from Barbara Anna. And this was from, oh, good gracious, Primitive, I always get it wrong, Primitive Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I like that one. And this is from Frosted Pumpkin, Will You Be My Neighbor? From their little sampler series. They have a Christmas one and I did the Halloween one that is kind of all this, like a design up here and then some writing or an alphabet down below. So that's kind of the spring version. There's a pattern. I think this is a free pattern, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to cover it up. This is from Happy Spring from Snowflower Diaries, and it's a little bunny. She's so pretty. I think it's a free one, but I don't know, so I don't want to show the pattern. This is Seasons of the Heart from the Blue Flower. This was also Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This was also from Primitive Stitcher, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, Barbara Anna Spring Basket. This one is, let's see, Sweet Spring from Satsuma Street. And I love the colors in this one. So they're not pastel-y, they're bright. I like that. This is one of my favorite ones as well from Twin Peak Primitives I want to do, and it's Easter Preparation. I just think that's cute. Once again, it's not pastel, so that's a fan. I'm a fan of that. Cottontail Cottage from the Needles Notion. Now, I showed this as haul a while back. It is Hannah Gaskell 1823 from Hands Across the Sea. I got this as a very deep discount on my store. I would like to do just this motif, which is Jesus on the cross. I think that would be cute for the spring, for Easter, I'm sorry, not the spring. I have this old book, and I don't even know what it is. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts Easter eggs. And it has several designs on here. I think the designs are on the same page as the pattern, so I can't show, but they have more in here. Lots of different Easter eggs. Up, Up and Away from the Frosted Pumpkin. I just think that's a cute spring one. Now, that is pastel, but for some reason I like it. I don't know. And of course, you got the Flower Market from Stitching with the Housewives. Anything that's a truck, I'm for. I'm here for anything with a truck. Now, I think this is cute for the spring, and it's Rain, Rain, Go Away from the Prairie Schooler. And I just think it's cute. Spring, like everybody thinks about the rain in the spring. I think that's a cute one to do for spring. I also have the Prairie Schooler Prairie Seasons that has all of them. Now, this one I have been so tempted. It is a big one though, because it's wide. Tracking the seasons. I think this would be cute to do each season individually. This is from Twin Peak Primitives. It's very pretty. It's a little big because it is $1.99 wide, but it wouldn't be that tall because I would only do one section at a time. I have a bunch of the seed packs from the Stitching with the Housewives. I have Garden Besties from Prairie Schooler. Now this is a cute one. Tiny Modernists, Let's Go on an Egg Hunt. And that would be really cute done as each panel, done as a separate finish, or you could connect them all along horizontal. Be really cute, right? That one I can't show because it's out of a magazine. I don't have a cover picture. My sister did those. They're tulips. They're so pretty done. But I don't have a cover picture, so I can't show you, and it's just out of a magazine. Let's see. What else have we got? Let's see. I don't know how oh, this one. This came out of a magazine as well. Heirloom Rabbit from Kathleen Beerlew. Now I have the hiccups. That's a good rabbit as a little stand-up. He's a good rabbit. So he's out of a magazine too. This one is one from, I'm not gonna try their name, Crochet Go-Go, and I know that's not how you say Crochet Go-Go. It's not. That's not right. Don't use my pronunciation. And once again, I don't know what the name of it is because it's in a language that I don't read, but these are really pretty spring ones, Easter ones, and they are pastel more, but I do like them. I have Prairie Schooler Rabbit Run. That's a great pattern. I can't decide if I want to do this all the way. Like, I think I want to do it as one big piece. It is 139 high by 109 wide. Now, if I did that on a tiny count fabric, that would be cute. We'll see. Now, this one is from Soda Stitches, and it's the Tree House. Now, I don't know if I want to do the spring one, but I really want to do the summer one. And I would do the tree houses individually, not all four together. But the summer one, where is it at? Right here, is so cute. I've never done a Soda Stitch, so that's kind of exciting to do one. This is Hands-On Design, Let's Talk Spring. I also have Hands-On Design Tulip House. I really like this one. I really should do this one because every time I see someone that has done this, it's just gorgeous. And you could even leave off these tulips if you didn't want to do that one, just to make it a smaller version. So pretty. Oh, here is Percy the Slug, not the snail. I think he would be cute. I have Regal Rabbit from Artful Offerings. He's cute. Bunny Bakery from Stitching with the Housewives. This one I think is cute too. It's more on the farm series, Miracle Grow from Ink Circles. And this is a weird one for Ink Circles, but I really like it. And that's more springish to me. I don't know, maybe the colors spring it. I don't know. People are probably looking at going, it's a farm. This is from Lottie Da Spring Hair. Niecy Lynn did this a couple years ago, and hers was really cute. I liked her version. Welcome Spring by Brenda Gervais. And I like that. Now, this is kind of a weird one, but once again, I like these. Prairie Schooler 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And I just love the goats. Me and my husband used to have goats, and so I like anything goats, and so that would be kind of fun to do. Here's another one I have so many times almost kitted this up. But this is Work Basket, and the called for thread is weird thread that I've never come across. I've never seen in the store. So I'd have to pick my own colors, which is not an issue. But it is Quaker Robins. Now, I actually think the picture on the back is better. This looks faded, and on the back it doesn't. So I think that's a better picture of them. But I really want to do those as stand-ups. This is Farm Fresh Carrots from Stitching with the Housewives Bunny Garden. I just think it's really cute. I like the material that they chose too on that one. This was another contender to start soon. Tulip Festival from Brenda Gervais. I love that. I think that's so pretty. And then Carrots and Cottontails Farm from Hands On Designs. Now, I will tell you, some of these are a little busy for me, but I saw one of these patterns, these farm patterns stitched on really small fabric out at Stitcher's Paradise. It was adorable on small fabric. So I was like, that's what I need to do. I need to stitch it on tiny, like either 20 count or 8. I don't know that I have 22 count black. I don't think I do. 20 count, I don't know that I have 20 count black. I'll have to look. But that would be really cute stitched on small fabric. All right, the last two that I'm going to show, Happy Bunny Bunny Day from the trilogy. And this is from Little Stitch Girl, simply saying this is April, and it says shake your bunny tail. So those are a couple things. Let's see, what are these? Yeah, just odds and ends. I have more in this basket. Those are just some highlights since I'm running so long. But those are highlights that I have that are in my basket that I will be pulling from. I also have my summer basket set up. In summer, I still have bees, which I will continue. I don't know how many more bee patterns I'll do, but I do have some bee themes in there. I have farm, because that's going to be one major focus that I do this summer. And I have Americana in there. So I also think I have beach themes in there. So I have different shelves on my stand. You can see the edge of my stand right here. And then I have another stand out in my foyer. And I have another stand that I switch out with this one. But once I get enough that I could fill this one and another one, I'll bring that one inside and I'll have two stands up. I don't have enough to do two stands right now, but maybe next year I would have enough to do two stands. I don't know. Anyhow, so those are a little bit of what I have going on. My plan still is to be stitching spring. So I will continue to stitch spring. What is it? It is February this month. I will start stitching Christmas in July again. So that means I will need to start stitching summer probably in April. So probably April, May, June, do summer, and then start switching to Christmas. So that is kind of my plan. When I start stitching summer will kind of change maybe a little bit. But if I could stitch spring for the rest of February, March, that would be good. Spring includes Easter. It includes just spring. Summer, I have more themes. We are hot in North Carolina in May. So summer stuff generally is out in May. So for me, anyhow. So I would kind of like to start stitching before May. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that it won't be this long before I film again. Like I said, I have to wait for it to be quiet. But thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate it. I always appreciate all the comments. I love engaging with everybody. I am on Instagram at madebymichellemcgraw. And if you don't already, give me a like and a follow. And thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time, and happy stitching.